So you just stay calm, enjoy the ride, cast all your cares, and trust the process, trust God. Hey lovely souls, welcome back to Emerald and Gold. It's your girl Mary, and it's always a pleasure to come on here to share my good news, to check up on you, and to know how you all are doing. Welcome back. It's been a minute on here, I know. I've been up to something beautiful. I'm back in school, and it's been taking a whole lot of my time, and trying to juggle between creating content and pushing something worth the while on here has been a major challenge. But anyways, I got inspired this week, and I thought to myself to drop something irrespective of my inconsistency for now. I will try as much as possible to be very, very online on here. I'll try, yeah. And today I'd like to use the opportunity to thank those that have been my subscribers from the past, and the new ones that are about to become a subscriber. You're welcome to Emerald and Gold. Enjoy the ride. And I promise you it's going to be an awesome one today, because I bring you something good. I always come with good content. I always come with interesting intellectual topics, things that has to do with our mental health, things that has to do with our lifestyle and our day in day out, engagement and all of that. All right, so I hope you're doing very well. I hope your week has been beautiful so far, and I also hope that you have been staying enough for yourself, especially in this part called life. We all know that, especially in adulthood, we all know that we often walk in seasons of uncertainties where we really do not know if we are on the right track, or if things are not really working out as should be. Misconception creeps in at certain levels in our lives, where it's been burdened quietly by the weight of a midlife crisis, so to say. And I understand that if you know what midlife crisis is, this is where you reach a certain age, say 40 plus, you begin to reflect, and some people get easily swayed away by the fact that they are not so sure they've achieved as much as they aspired for while they were still younger. Anyways, we begin to have certain questions like, am I truly serving my purpose, or what does my purpose even qualify as, or say, have I been aligned, or am I just moving with the train? Am I just moving and not just sure? It's just that uncertainty. Anyways, these questions are not signs of failure, I must say. Although certain people feel like the moment they start having those negative thoughts or questionable thoughts running through, they begin to feel like they've not achieved as much as they should have, and then panic begins. Ungratefulness sets in. You begin to compare yourself with other people. You don't look at the brighter side of life. You become depressed. These questions are not signs of failure. They are signs. They are more like reflection. They put you on track to kind of step back, breathe and try to see how far you've come. Sometimes it's kind of good because it helps you see how far you've come in life. For some people, it doesn't help them see. Instead, it develops panic for them. It makes them feel like, okay, they've not done as much as they should have done. However, for other people, it's something that helps them like slow down, help them maybe redirect their course and take a new turn, and just see how well they can navigate certain challenges that comes to them, knowingly or unknowingly. But without clarity, these factors can pull us into doubt, in the sense that we begin to compare ourselves, we begin to doubt our choices, we begin to doubt our choices. As a matter of fact, I feel like professionally speaking, being a counselor and a mental health advocate, I say that it's been a privilege for me to study people, to take time to relate to people, listen to people, prefer solutions to people, and just be there for people. Being a good listener, because I think that's one of the attributes of a good communicator, an active listener. And this is something that I've found myself over time to be gifted with, and also to have, trained myself professionally to build upon it. And it has really helped me so far. And I'll say, when it comes to this aspect, that I've learned to appreciate people's preferences, people's uniqueness, their values, their stories, what has birthed these differences in them. I found one thing that benefits us all, and that's something called self-awareness. That point in time where you're not just knowing yourself for what name your parents have instilled on you, but instead you are knowing or better still, you're not just knowing yourself for what your resume says, what you've pitched yourself to be out there professionally or whatsoever. It's understanding your triggers, understanding your strengths, understanding your weaknesses, understanding those deepest motivations, those things that drives you, those things that spur you to want to do more, spur you to want to touch lives, or those things that just makes you want to wake up in the morning and tell yourself, oh wow, it's a new day. What do I have to do? Where do I start from? How do I go about this? Those are the things that I call self-awareness. And for me, self-awareness is like, I call it a peacemaker, because this is where your confidence is better. This is where your resilience is pushed forward. You find yourself in an atmosphere where you are in charge, you're in control. You are not, clouded by negativity or doubts or uncertainties. Rather, you are, you're soaring with something beautiful, something that is reassuring, something that is affirmative. This is what I see as the deepest motivation that comes with self-awareness, because it takes someone who identifies his own value for life to be able to, give value to someone else. I always say that you can't give what you don't have. You have to know yourself. You have to self-indulge. You have to self-discover yourself. You have to self-discover. You have to just fall in love with you. You have to create a you time. Know who you really are. I always say something. People that tend to seek external validation and always want to go by what people say and not have a word of their own or a say of their own, or not have a drive for themselves. People like that, I'm sorry to say, people like that don't really make it well, especially when it comes to emotionally. They do not make it well, in the sense that they can't approve of themselves what they deem fit as being right. Because at this point in time, all they seek for is what other people will say. How would other people see what I've done? Would they approve of what I've done? Would they see the good in what I'm about to bring to them? And it's not meant to be. You have to know yourself. Know what drives you. Know those things that triggers you. Know those things that would help you build your mental capacity. Those things that would not make it seem like someone else has to blackmail you to get you doing the right thing. No. You should know yourself. You should know what your strengths are. You just need to know you. Like I would say, fall in love with you. That's what self-awareness is. Self-awareness is not selfishness. Good. The Bible says love your neighbor as yourself. Okay, when the Bible says love your neighbor as yourself, the Bible is expecting that self comes first before the neighbor. How would you love your neighbor when you do not even know who you are? When you do not even know what your attributes are, what your purpose for living are, you don't know what your why is. How would you love someone else when you can't even love yourself? That's why I say fall in love with yourself, and that's what self-awareness is. That is what makes it the guiding light to whatever direction in life you need to, whatever obstacle is coming your way, whatever direction you need to tread in. That is where it serves as the guiding light. It cuts through those noise that shows up as a distraction. It helps you align with your purpose. It helps you rediscover yourself even when you're falling astray, even when you've gone the wrong way. It just helps you. It helps you stand as a whole, as a whole entity. It makes you stay unique. That is what this self-awareness does to you. I would also like to mention that when you pair that self-awareness with focus and determination, you stop living by impulse, and you start living by intentions. You don't just live by what situations bring you. You make a standard, you create a standard, you go by your own standard, because this is who you really are. Now you know yourself. Now you have a say. That's just it. Now you can make your decisions. That's just it. Now you don't need anybody to validate what you're about to start or what you already commenced, right? That is it. That's what self-awareness does. It just creates an image of clarity. It just creates clarity. It creates confidence. It creates that, that affirmation, that assurance you need. That is what self-awareness does. And I would say this does not only affect adulthood. This is something that I feel should have been instilled as a child, as being a child, growing up into your teenage level, growing up into your youthful age, your young adult age, and then emerging into your mature adulthood. I feel this is something that once discovered, it can't be taken away from you, except you fall short of certain things that are beyond your own control. I feel you can always get on with life beautifully well if you are self-aware, if you are really accountable for yourself. You know what drives you, what spurs you. You choose the path that reflects who you are, not just what's convenient. You choose what you deserve. Yeah, what you deserve, not what is thrown at you or what you feel this is what is available. No, you choose what is like your own, and this is how you move forward with confidence. This is how you impact life, or just have something positive to do with you. That is where it all comes in. And not because life is easy, but because you are connected to the compass within it. And that's the beauty of life. That's the beauty of self-awareness and the beauty of life. It's all wrapped around focus, determination, deepest motivation, and all of this would go a long way to help you, stay on the right track while you navigate this thing called life. While you navigate it, life is beautiful. I know life can be difficult. We've all seen it. We have different stories. We have different backings. We have different experiences, and we have different testimonies. I always say that for every test we have been faced with, is for us to have a testimony. We make a message out of our mess, and for every test there's always a testimony, because even the word test is wrapped around testimony. Know all of these things and you will prevail. Weeks, and he will do exceedingly abundantly above all that you ask or think of him. And that's the power that works in us. That's God's power that works in us. I want you to just take a deep breath. Breathe in. How do you feel? Yes. Breathe. And know yourself. Know thyself. Man, know thyself. Woman, know thyself. Kid, know thyself. Teenager, know thyself. Know who you are and stand for who you are. Alright. If you've watched till this very moment, thank you. With so much joy. As you can see, I'm a joyful person. I'm a Yoruba girl. My Yoruba name is Ayomikun. It means my joy is full. I'm always joyful. No matter how bad the situation is, I've always found a way to stay joyful, to stay positive, to stay affirmative, and just, keep going. Feel free to, relate me in the comment section. Feel free to rub minds with me. Yeah, do not be shy. I'm not shy. This is me to you. So please find time. If you're unable to respond immediately you're done watching, or while you're watching, take time to. You could save and then refer back to it, and just put down your comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think about self-awareness. Have you discovered yourself? What do you think about yourself? What do you want to know more? Like, what more do you want to know? What pathway are you trying to drive towards? What are those things that pushes you to do better? I want to know all of these things, and just let me know. Let's rub minds together. Let's grow together on this pathway. And what else do I want to say? If you've not subscribed, please do well to subscribe. If you've not liked what I've said so far, are you playing? Come on, like the thing, Joe. Press the like button, and then please do well to share. Please. Let this community grow. Let's grow together. Don't dull me, please. I don't want to dull you. I want to keep coming. I want to keep coming correct. So please do well to share my link to your friends, your family members on every social media page you have. Share, and don't be greedy. Don't be greedy. Let His light shine. All right. So, what more do I want to say? I think that will be all for now. For taking our time, thank you for listening to me, and thank you for contributing as well. All right. I'll see you again, and I pray that you remain enough. And I'm actually telling you, you are enough. You are enough. No matter what the situation is, no matter what the circumstances might be, no matter what the setbacks are. Trust me, it's no more than God. You can never be more than Him, because all the glory goes to God, right? The testimony is yours. The glory is God. So you just stay calm, enjoy the ride, cast all your cares, and trust the process. Trust God, right? Because He cares for you. All right. Until next time. Thanks for watching Emerald and Gold. Thanks for subscribing. I'll see you again. Bye-bye.